These foods unclog arteries and can prevent a heart attack. The secrets they don't want you know by Daily Health Adjuster. Have you ever wondered what's really going on inside your body? Right now, as you sit there, a silent process could be underway, one that affects millions around the globe, often without any warning signs, until it's far too late. We're talking about clogged arteries atherosclerosis. It sounds complicated, but it's frighteningly simple. Imagine home pipes slowly building up gunk over the years. At first, water flows freely, then the passage narrows, pressure builds, and one day, the flow stops. That's what happens in your arteries carrying blood to your heart, brain, and every other part of your body. This epidemic doesn't discriminate. Across all ages, backgrounds, countries, we think of heart attacks and strokes as sudden, dramatic events, but usually, they're the final result of a silent process developing for decades. It starts in youth with fatty streaks in arteries and progresses slowly, fueled by modern lifestyles and diets. The scary part: you can feel perfectly fine with no symptoms, while dangerous buildup accumulates. That's why it's called a silent killer. Setting the stage for a life-altering emergency with no notice, changing your life and your loved ones' lives in an instant. But what if it doesn't have to be this way? What if much of this risk is manageable, even reversible, through simple, accessible means? This is where our journey begins. We'll peel back medical complexity and show how everyday choices, especially food, affect your arteries. We'll focus on clear, actionable knowledge to empower you to take back control of your cardiovascular health, starting with your very next meal. This isn't about fear, it's about empowerment.
Now, you might be thinking, if the solution is so simple, why isn't everyone talking about it? Why doesn't my doctor give me a grocery list instead of a prescription? That is the million-dollar question. The answer is complex and unsettling. The modern medical system is built primarily around treatment, not prevention. It excels at heroic interventions, performing bypass surgery, inserting stents, prescribing powerful medications. These manage symptoms like high cholesterol and high blood pressure. They're life-saving, but they usually act after the problem is severe. Think about the industries that revolve around heart disease. The pharmaceutical industry makes billions from cholesterol-lowering statins and from blood pressure medications. The medical device industry profits from stents and surgical equipment. There's little financial incentive to promote a simple dietary shift that prevents expensive treatments. A head of broccoli, a handful of walnuts, a bowl of oatmeal don't come with patents or huge price tags, and they don't fund massive ad campaigns or research grants. That creates a knowledge gap for the average person. We're bombarded with miracle drug ads but hear less about the science-backed power of whole foods. Today we are going to amplify that voice. We'll cut through the noise and reveal the secrets hiding in plain sight. We'll explore specific powerful food science shows can halt arterial plaque, and that may even help clear it out naturally and safely. This is evidence-based nutrition, not folk remedies. We're arming you with knowledge, a secret weapon you can find in your local grocery store. It's time to uncover the truth they don't always tell you about. So, what exactly is this gunk that clogs our arteries? The medical term is plaque. Arterial plaque is a sticky, waxy substance made up of several materials circulating in your blood, primarily cholesterol, fat, calcium, fibrin, a waste product from cells. The process begins with damage to the inner lining of your arteries, the endothelium. Causes include high blood pressure, smoking, high blood sugar. Your body mounts a healing response. White blood cells called macrophages arrive at the injury. Those cells absorb lots of cholesterol, especially the bad LDL particles. They turn into cholesterol-engorged foam cells, which become a major part of plaque. Over years, foam cells and other material gather, forming a bump or lesion. The start of atherosclerosis. Plaque can develop two ways: a slow-growing, hard stable cap, or a soft fatty core with a thin, fragile shell. A hard cap slowly narrows the artery, reducing oxygen-rich blood flow to organs, which can cause angina or chest pain when you exert yourself. A thin-capped plaque is unstable and prone to rupture. When it bursts, clotting kicks in to seal the wound. Inside a narrowed vessel, that clot can completely block the artery. If it blocks a heart artery, it causes a heart attack. If it blocks a brain artery, it causes a stroke. That's why someone can seem fine one moment and have a catastrophic event the next. All because of a tiny, hidden plaque that finally gave way. Understanding what plaque is makes it easier to see how certain risk factors create the perfect storm for its formation. It's rarely one single thing. High blood pressure is a major contributor. Imagine the constant, forceful pounding of blood against the delicate artery walls. This relentless pressure acts like a physical stress. Then we have cholesterol. Low-density lipoprotein, or LDL, is often called bad cholesterol. On the other hand, high-density lipoprotein, or HDL, is the good cholesterol. When LDL is high and HDL is low, you have more plaque-building material and fewer cleanup crews. Another significant player is high blood sugar. Excess sugar in the bloodstream is incredibly damaging. High sugar levels also make LDL cholesterol stickier and more likely to get trapped in the endothelium. Finally, we cannot ignore the impact of inflammation. We now know it's an inflammatory disease at its core. Factors like smoking, a poor diet full of processed foods, chronic stress, and even carrying excess body fat all promote a state of low-grade chronic inflammation. This constant inflammatory state makes plaques more unstable and prone to bursting. When these risk factors collide, they create a hostile environment inside your arteries, setting the stage for disaster. It's crucial to connect these scientific risk factors to the everyday realities of our modern lives. Let's start with the most obvious culprit, the modern Western diet. This diet is often characterized by an abundance of ultra-processed foods, unhealthy fats, refined sugars, salt. Think about fast food, sugary drinks, packaged snacks, processed meats. The types of fats we consume play a huge role. Trans fats, fried foods, baked goods, margarines, saturated fats, fatty meats, butter, full-fat dairy, can also contribute to high LDL levels when consumed in excess. It's like constantly pouring grease down your kitchen drain. Eventually, you're going to get a stubborn clog. Beyond diet, a sedentary lifestyle is another major contributor. At a desk, in a car, on the couch, our circulation slows down, our metabolism becomes less efficient, and we are more likely to gain weight. Regular physical activity helps control blood pressure, improves cholesterol levels by raising HDL, helps regulate blood sugar, and reduces inflammation. Finally, chronic stress and lack of sleep are silent partners in this crime against our arteries. When you are constantly stressed, your body pumps out hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones can drive up blood pressure and increase inflammation. Similarly, not getting enough quality sleep disrupts a host of bodily functions, including blood pressure regulation and appetite control. These everyday realities, what we eat, how we move, and how we manage stress, are the true drivers behind the silent epidemic of clogged arteries. Let's talk about John, a 52-year-old accountant who considered himself reasonably healthy. He wasn't a gym enthusiast, but he played golf on the weekends and tried to avoid dessert most nights. He had a stressful job, long hours, and often relied on quick takeout meals to get it through the day. He had slightly high blood pressure and cholesterol, but his doctor just told him to keep an eye on it, and he figured it wasn't a big deal. He felt fine, after all. That someday arrived with terrifying abruptness on a Tuesday morning. While walking from his car to his office building, he felt a crushing pressure in his chest. It wasn't like the movies. It was more like an elephant sitting on him. But as he sat at his desk, sweating, unable to focus, the feeling intensified. A profound sense of dread washed over him. He was having a heart attack. John was lucky. His colleague recognized the signs and called for an ambulance immediately. In the emergency room, doctors worked quickly, performing an emergency procedure to insert a stent into a major artery that was almost completely blocked. Lying in the hospital bed, hooked up to monitors, John faced a stark, new reality. The illusion of invincibility was shattered. His doctor explained that the stent was a patch, not a cure. Without significant lifestyle changes, he would likely be back. The conversation wasn't just about medications, it was about food, exercise, stress. He had to change, not someday, but right now. His story is a powerful reminder that the silent process of atherosclerosis has a very loud and clear endpoint if left unchecked. Now, let me introduce you to Sarah, a 48-year-old teacher and mother of two. Sarah's story didn't involve a dramatic emergency room visit. Instead, her wake-up call came during a routine checkup. Due to a strong family history of heart disease, her father had a bypass surgery in his early 60s. Her doctor recommended a coronary calcium scan. A score of 0 is perfect. Sarah's score came back at 350, placing her at a significantly high risk. She was devastated and terrified, feeling like she was doomed to repeat her family's history. Her doctor immediately suggested starting a high-dose statin. She asked her doctor, "Is there anything else I can do? Can I reverse this?" She dove into research, devouring books and scientific studies about the power of nutrition to combat heart disease. Armed with this new knowledge, Sarah completely overhauled her diet. She eliminated processed foods, dairy, meat, and embraced a whole food, plant-based way of eating. Her kitchen was now overflowing with vibrant fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. She also started a daily walking routine and took up yoga to manage her stress. It was a complete transformation. 6 months later, the results were astounding. LDL bad cholesterol had plummeted. Her blood pressure was in the ideal range. She had lost 20 pounds without even trying. Encouraged, she repeated the coronary calcium scan. This time her score had not increased. In fact, it had slightly decreased. She had not only stopped the progression of her disease, she had taken the first steps toward reversing it. Sarah's story is a powerful testament to hope and the body's incredible ability to heal when given the right tools. The transformations of John and Sarah go far beyond their medical charts. For John, as he embraced a heart-healthy diet, he discovered benefits he never expected. The first thing he noticed was a surge in energy. The afternoon slumps that had plagued him for years disappeared. He even started hiking with his family on weekends, creating new, healthy memories to replace the old, sedentary ones. His physical transformation was visible to everyone. He was an active, thriving individual taking charge of his health. For Sarah, the changes were equally profound. The fear that had once consumed her was replaced by a sense of empowerment and control. She became a more present and energetic mother, a more engaged teacher, and a beacon of hope for friends and family. Her kitchen became a place of creativity and joy, where she shared her delicious, healthy meals with loved ones, proving that heart-healthy food can be incredibly satisfying. These stories show us that unclogging your arteries isn't just about preventing a heart attack. It's about reclaiming your life. It's about trading fear for hope, lethargy for energy, and uncertainty for empowerment. The food we eat is not just fuel, it is information. John and Sarah are not special cases. They are examples of what is possible when we unlock the secrets of natural healing that are available to every single one of us. Now we arrive at the heart of our mission, the secret foods that can help cleanse your arteries. This isn't magic, it's science. Let's start with legumes, beans, lentils, chickpeas, powerhouses of soluble fiber. Fiber acts like a sponge in your gut, soaking up cholesterol.
Remember, sometime there is a simple way on how to relieve or get a treatment for the problem. Naturally from an ebook, How to Get Rid of Health Issues, Quickly Without Medication. It's the step-by-step guide you can use right from your kitchen to reclaim your health naturally by someone who's been there. If you're tired of being told medication is your only option, this could change everything for you. Your body has an incredible ability to heal itself while you sleep when you give it the right ingredient. That is available at local grocery store, or you can order them online. Visit howtogetridofhealthissues.com to get your step-by-step guide today.
And safely escorting them out of your body. Next, cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, packed with sulforaphane. Sulforaphane activates protective proteins that prevents plaque from forming on artery walls. Think of it as creating a non-stick coating for your arteries. We can't overlook healthy fats from nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds. These fats reduce inflammation, lower LDL cholesterol, and can help raise HDL. Walnuts are particularly special, linked to improved endothelial function, smoother, more flexible artery linings. Finally, add color with berries. blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, loaded with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants. These pigments fight oxidative stress. They also reduce inflammation and make blood platelets less sticky. Including a variety of these foods is like assembling your own team of superheroes, each with a unique power to protect and cleanse your arteries. It's the specific nutrients within them that perform the real healing work. One of the most important is allicin, the powerful compound found in garlic. When you crush garlic, you release allicin. Allicin has been shown to help lower blood pressure and reduce cholesterol. It works by preventing cholesterol particles from sticking to artery walls. Another critical nutrient is a flavonoid called quercetin. Quercetin is abundant in onions, apples, capers. It's a powerful antioxidant, an anti-inflammatory agent. By taming this inflammation, quercetin stabilizes the arterial environment, reducing overall risk. We must also celebrate the fatty acids found in avocados and olive oil. Specifically, oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat. It is fantastic for our cholesterol profile. It helps lower dangerous LDL cholesterol while preserving or even boosting protective HDL cholesterol. Lastly, natural nitrates are abundant in leafy greens like spinach, arugula, and in beetroot. Your body converts these nitrates into nitric oxide. It acts as a vasodilator, relaxing and widening blood vessels, which improves flow and lowers blood pressure. Eating a big salad isn't just a diet cliché. It's a science-backed strategy for producing your own artery-protecting medicine. Consistently incorporating them into your life is the real challenge. A great place to start is with your first meal of the day. Swap out sugary cereal for a bowl of oatmeal. Top your oatmeal, blueberries, flax seeds, walnuts. In one delicious bowl, you've consumed a powerful cocktail of artery-cleansing compounds. For lunch and dinner, visualize your plate. Fill at least half with non-starchy vegetables. Dedicate 1/4 of your plate to a lean protein source, like lentils or chickpeas. The final quarter, quinoa or brown rice. Finally, rethink your snacks. Snacking is where intentions often fall apart. Plan whole food snacks. An apple with a small handful of almonds, carrot sticks with hummus, Greek yogurt with berries. By making these simple strategic shifts, you build a consistent defense that keeps your arteries clean and your heart strong. If this works, why isn't it headline news? The answer boils down to a system that prioritizes profit and intervention over prevention. Big food profits rely on ultra-processed, hyper-palatable products. They are cheap to make, built to last on shelves, and engineered to make us crave more. Call it a conspiracy of convenience. Food companies spend billions on marketing to make packaged goods seem convenient and healthy. That marketing drowns out a quieter truth. Real health comes from the produce aisle, not a box. Fruits and vegetables don't have billion-dollar ads, so they lose the attention battle. Medicine plays a role too, unintentionally. Doctors are trained in pharmacology and surgical procedures. There's little time for deep nutritional counseling, so it's faster to prescribe a statin pill in a 15-minute visit than to offer an hour-long nutrition session that insurance may not cover. The system favors quick fixes over slow, foundational lifestyle change. The truth about food isn't a sinister cover-up. It's quietly overlooked because it's less profitable and less convenient. For millions who never learn they can change their fate. This information vacuum has allowed a number of persistent myths to take root. Perhaps the biggest myth is that all dietary fat is the enemy. For decades, we were told to follow a low-fat diet, which led to a boom in fat-free products loaded with sugar and refined carbohydrates to make them taste good. We now know this was a grave mistake. The focus should be on differentiating between harmful fats and healing fats, like the monounsaturated fats in olive oil and avocados, and omega-3s in nuts and fish. Another major area of confusion surrounds dietary cholesterol. We were warned away from foods like eggs, believing that eating cholesterol would directly raise our blood cholesterol. However, for most people, the real culprits that drive up harmful LDL cholesterol are diets high in saturated fat, trans fats, refined sugar, and refined carbohydrates. This is why someone eating whole eggs as part of a balanced whole foods diet can have better blood work. Finally, there's a pervasive sense of genetic doom. While genetics can certainly predispose you, they are not your destiny. You may have a genetic loading for the gun, but your diet and lifestyle choices are what pull the trigger. While the food you eat is the cornerstone, true, lasting heart health is a holistic endeavor. Let's begin with stress management. Finding ways to manage this stress is not an indulgence. It is a non-negotiable part of any serious heart protection plan. It's about weaving small, intentional moments of peace into your daily fabric. Activities like yoga, tai chi, combine gentle movement with mindful breathing, lowering blood pressure and reducing stress hormones. Next, we must address the profound importance of sleep. Sleep is not a passive state of rest. It is an active period of restoration and repair. Chronic sleep deprivation disrupts these natural rhythms and is linked to increased inflammation, higher blood pressure, and insulin resistance. Improving your sleep hygiene can make a world of difference. Keeping your bedroom dark, quiet, and cool. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed. Viewing sleep as a critical healing process, rather than a luxury, is a fundamental shift in mindset that will pay massive dividends. The real challenge often lies in sustaining them for the long haul. You need a deeper, more meaningful source of motivation. Connect your new habits to your core values. This is your why. Is it to have the energy to play with your grandchildren? Is it to be healthy enough to travel the world? Is it to live a long, vibrant life, free from the fear of a sudden health crisis? Write down your why. Be specific. Put it somewhere you can see it every single day. This powerful reminder will serve as your anchor. We have traveled a long way together. The most important takeaway is a simple, empowering truth. You have more control over your cardiovascular health than you have ever been led to believe. It starts with the very next meal you eat. Will you choose the vibrant colors of life-giving vegetables? Or will you opt for the convenience of a processed package that contributes to the slow, silent buildup within your arteries? I urge you not to let this be just another video you watch and forget. Let this be your wake-up call. Take one small step today. These small, seemingly insignificant actions are the seeds from which a mighty transformation can grow. They build momentum, creating a positive feedback loop. Finally, the secret we have uncovered today is too important to keep to yourself. Share this knowledge with the people you love. Be the ripple of hope in your community. You become part of a powerful grassroots movement that can change the health of generations to come. Your heart is your most precious asset. Protect it, nourish it, and trust in its incredible ability to heal. The choice is yours, and the time to start is now.